Hello, my name is Joshua Rudd with Rudd's Home Farm. Today we're going to be talking about, is growing indoors worth it? Stay tuned and find out the answer. Absolutely yes, growing indoors is worth it. And here are the reasons why. You can grow in a controlled environment and you can grow all year round, meaning you can control the humidity, the temperature, and provide the best environment for your plants to grow. So meaning that you can grow pretty much anything indoors. So if you want to grow a tropical plant, you can grow a tropical plant. Anything can be grown indoors because you can control the environment it grows in. When you're growing indoors, you keep your plants away from the majority of pests and a lot of diseases. Like in my yard, I have a huge rabbit problem. Rabbits will just absolutely wreak havoc on my garden. And until I got some cats and some fencing, they were a really, really big problem. Big problem. I'd plant stuff and I'd lose half of it to rabbits. So you also don't have to worry about weeds. There's no plucking weeds in your garden because there's no way for weeds to get inside of your indoor grow area. You can grow anything you want. Like I grow food, so I prefer to grow food, and so I don't have to worry about spraying pesticides and fungicides and herbicides on top of my food. I just plant the seed, collect the food when it's ready, and rinse it off. I don't have to rinse much off because none of it was treated with chemicals. So very, very good method of doing it. So the next reason is the lighting is not as expensive as you may think. I run my lights 24 hours a day. I'm gonna shoot a video on how to give the proper lights to your plants because that was something I really struggled with when I first started. And it's like, is it enough? Is it not enough? Too much, too little? How long should I keep my lights on, off, and stuff like that? And so pretty much what I do is I just put them in a position to where I leave them on 24 hours a day. And then if they show signs of overexposure, then I adjust my system. Short answer. But I'll do a whole video on how I do things like that. So that's the next video. But this one, since I keep my lights on 24 hours, each light costs about 17 cents a day to run 24 hours a day. If you were not running them 24 hours and you had them on timers and you only had if you had them 12 on, 12 off, then you can cut that price in half to this lighting does not have to be as expensive as you think. I use my lights 24 hours, and if I notice that the plants are receiving too much light, then I will add timers. But for the majority of the time when they're low, especially when I use this white light over here, I keep that one on 24 hours a day. So 24 hours a day equals about 17 cents a day. So pretty much for me to keep this light on, 17 cents a day, and that's $5 a month for you to grow. And within that time, you can grow, a lot of food. Pretty much. So the cost of the light is very cheap too. So it's just, this one was only $60. And if you add maybe $5 a month to it, the overall cost of growing indoors, if you do it constantly, is actually very good in comparison to even buying it from the store. And the stuff at the store is always old. You will never get anything fresh at the store. Okay, it's sat somewhere in a warehouse. It's been on a truck. It's been in the back of the store, and then finally comes out fresh. So stuff like carrots and stuff, carrots can be up to 9 months old and still fresh. That's why stuff just goes bad so fast after you buy it, is because it's already been so long that it's finally, you buy it from the store when it's already old. So I prefer to grow my food indoors, and I really enjoy that, and it's really delicious how fresh the food is when you just straight cut it, put it on your plate, and eat it. It's just nothing like it. So how much food can you grow in 1 month? Most leafy vegetables can be harvested within 1 month of planting using the cut and come again technique. So the cut and come again technique is you don't wait for the plant to become a full adult ready to harvest. You wait until it's leafy and it's big, and then you just cut it a couple inches above the soil, maybe like an inch or two above the soil, and then you just let it regrow. And then you could do that multiple times. So that's what I do. I use the cut and come again technique, and I can get way more lettuce than I can eat. It's like there's just way more than what I can do with. And each of these lights holds 4 trays. So I can grow all the lettuce I need, all the kale I need, celery, and then like a little garden mix over here. So that's 4 different trays under 1 light, and that light costs me $5 a month to grow 4 different crops, significant 4 different crops. There's 16 plants in this, 8 plants in this, 8 plants in this, and 16 in this. So that's like a lot of plants you can grow under 1 light. That's just 1 light. Imagine if you did more and more and more. And then some people can actually start businesses and grow stuff indoors and serve to the public, and that could be a selling point. So there's a lot, you can grow a lot of food very cheaply under a grow light. This could also be done in a relatively small space. I only have this one side of the basement, 2 shelves, and I can grow all the food I need. This is maybe about 8 feet long because these are both 4 feet. 8 feet long by 7 feet high. And I don't even use a top shelf for bird growing. So you can grow everything that you and your family needs in a small shelf. As a matter of fact, I don't even use the majority of the other shelf. So it can be done in a corner of the apartment. It can be done if you rent or don't own land. You can grow your crops just in a little small space. You do not need a lot of space. So those are the reasons why you should start growing indoors now. I just think it's a great, cool thing that you don't have to use the sun. You can just I have kids, so these kids tear up everything. They're little kids. I have a 3.5-year-old and an almost 2. And all they do all day long is just systematically demolish everything. Just everything's touched, everything's stuck in their mouth. They write on everything, they pluck everything, and so I can just come in here in my closed off space where they can't get to, and I can handle my plants. I don't have to worry about them. I don't have to worry about nothing. I don't have to worry about pests, diseases, or anything. It's fun, it's rewarding, and it can give you food all year round. Middle of the winter, I'll have fresh lettuce, when it's just terrible weather outside and you got to go do stuff in your garden and it's raining and it's nasty out or windy. You can just come in here and relax. So start growing indoors and tell me in the comments section what kind of things you would want to grow indoors. And I'll subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.